Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today on Latakian's Nor Kitchen we're gonna make a cordon bleu. That's right, I'm gonna show you the classical method for this recipe. Besides learning the recipe, I'm also gonna show you how to probably cut a breast and chicken in half. This thing really came out looking so stunning and so beautiful, but not only was the outside gorgeous, but inside the flavor and texture were as well. So to summarize, I loved everything about this. It's actually contrary to the popular belief that it's named after the popular cooking school in France, which by the way really is a good place to learn how to cook. And if you showed them this video, it would also be a great place to learn how to swear in French. But anyway, that aside, I just absolutely love the result. And to get started, the first thing you need is a boneless chicken breast. We'll open it up and we'll trim off any of the tough connective tissue we find. And then what we're gonna do before we fill these is pound these out. So we're gonna place that skin side down on a plastic wrap, and then we fold the plastic and we'll take our meat pounder or a mortar and pound that out very thin. I'd say about 1/4 inch just to give you a measurement, but it might be a little thinner than that, and it should look something like this. Then we go ahead and season that up with some salt and freshly ground black pepper. And then once that's seasoned, we're gonna go ahead and take a piece of salami and place it in the center of our chicken breast. Then a little bit of Kashkool cheese or any kind of cheese of your prefer. Fold the salami, and then what we're gonna do is take the skinnier piece and flip it over the filling. So we use that flap of chicken to fold over and envelope the filling, and then we'll bound the edges as well, and that's gonna trap that filling in the center so that will not leak out. And by the way, we're not trusting this, so we can go ahead and use some skewers or toothpicks to secure the edges if you want. Next, we're gonna place it on a plastic like that, and then gather up the edges of the plastic, wrap it with it all over, not too tight, just enough to keep it all together, and then we'll place them on a plate, and all we need to do is pop these in a fridge for half an hour until these just start to get firm. We don't want them frozen solid, we want it frozen enough just to hold its shape. And of course we're gonna use the classic 3 stations breading system. So let's go ahead and add 2 eggs to a plate along with 3 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of white vinegar. Give that a mix with a whisk or a fork, and what we need to do next is add in a pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of curry as well, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. We need to toss in 1 tablespoon of chili pepper too. Last but not least is the ground black pepper. Mix very well, and by the way, you can go ahead and add any spices that you like, and if you don't like spices, salt is enough. And what we need to do once our eggs are seasoned is repeat the same. So to 1 cup of flour, we're gonna add half a teaspoon of baking powder, then add the same spices that we added to the egg wash, or the spices of your prefer. It's all here up to you. So once all of our breading plates are ready, we go ahead and dredge 1 piece of chicken in the seasoned flour, and then after it's been thoroughly dredged in the flour, we go ahead and pop that in the egg wash, and then once it's been thoroughly coated with the egg wash, the last step is this bowl, panko breadcrumbs. You could totally use regular breadcrumbs for this, that's actually more traditional, but I do like the bانko, a little sharper, a little more crunchier. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and bread that in bانko, and when we are positive it's thoroughly coated, we're gonna go ahead and place that on a tray and then pop that back in the freezer for exactly 15 minutes. We want these to firm up just a touch before we fry them, so pop these in, and that's gonna be the perfect time for you to prepare the vegetables and the sauce. So in a big pot, we're gonna add boiling water, and to that we're gonna toss in a big pinch of salt because you know nobody loves unseasoned vegetables. Then let's go ahead and dump in those cube vegetables. I chose some carrots and zucchini, but of course you can choose any vegetables you like because after all it's a matter of personal preference. So we're gonna cook that for about 5 minutes. We want the vegetables to stay firm and crunchy, and while that is on medium heat, we'll need to prep our sauce. So in a pan, we're gonna toss in 50 grams of butter along with 50 grams of flour to make the roux. And as you know, for the roux to be good, you need equal amounts of butter and flour. Now let's cook that until it smells like a pie crust. That way you know that the raw taste of flour has been cooked. So while the roux is hot and cooked, you need to add 500 grams of ice cold milk. It should be very cold, or nearly about 2 cups. Here we go. Let's season that now. And by seasoning I mean a little bit of salt and a pinch of black pepper. And then once that's cooked and you're happy with it, it means that our sauce is done. But if you're fancy like me, you can go ahead and add half a cup of corn along with half a cup of canned mushroom. Well, that's gonna be optional, but I really do like the combination here. Anyway, let's take out our vegetables now, and to make those vegetables more flavored and tasty, we're gonna saute them in a big pan. So add 2 tablespoons of butter to that, then add in our vegetables. They don't take long to cook. I like them to be a little bit crunchy. And then a pinch of salt, and here I added the curry. And although I added the curry, you can go ahead and add any spices you like. And then it's done. Last but definitely not least is frying the chicken pieces. So now we're gonna heat up our oil, which I'm officially gonna say is medium heat, not too high, in order for the chicken to be cooked inside very well. We don't want it to be very high so it's burned from outside and raw and not cooked from inside. Be careful. And then once our chicken's been in the freezer for 15 to 20 minutes, we're gonna place that in and we're gonna let that fry until it's golden brown. And then let's flip it over and leave it on the other side until it's golden brown as well. Thus they will finish cooking perfectly, and at that point you can transfer this onto your blade. And if you think, hey, you forgot the sauce, no I didn't. So let's pour in some of that sauce on the chicken and some of it on the vegetables as well. So I'm gonna take a fork and a knife and enjoy this. Check this out, one of the great sides in all of the chicken cookery. That gorgeous chicken breast, crispy on the outside, moist and tender within, and of course, that's amazing sauce running over everything. It's truly unbelievable, and sure, I realize this requires a little bit of work, a little bit of prep, but you know what? Just like anything in life, what you get out of something depends on what you put in. Alright, so I really do hope you give this a try soon. Thanks for watching, and if you liked my video, please make sure to subscribe, like, follow and share so it can help me get more people to reach Latakians in our kitchen. See you later!